You are now listening to Talk is Cheap FM. Brought to you by Bet the Tuesday.
Talk is cheap, motherfucker. Yo, what's up? I just stole that from Martin Lawrence. If you guys don't even know who that is, you must be fucking young. But anyways, this is another episode of Talk is Cheap FM. I am your host, Baba Tuesday, and what we're going to talk about, and we're going to wrap this shit up because I'm tired of talking about this shit, but we might revert back to this motherfucker. We're going to talk about masculine vulnerability, and I have a female on the line who wants to talk about this shit. Now we're going to get a female's perspective, so hold on, let's see if she's still online. I still got this new equipment, so I don't know what the fuck I'm doing all the way, so hold on. Yo. You there?
Yes, I'm here.
Hey, how you doing? Okay, so this is your time to introduce yourself and just tell everybody what you do or whatnot. So this is your stage, so here you go.
Hi guys, I'm Sabrina Dawn. I'm an adult entertainer, and I've been in the industry 20 years, so a vet.
Wow. Okay, that is the best fucking intro that I've gotten. You know, shit. Okay, so we're gonna get right up into it. We kind of talked about this earlier. Masculine vulnerability, right? So and I talked to everybody that I interviewed about this is dudes. So I'm glad that I got a female's perspective and about this shit, right? So
they're not going to give you the raw version of like how they would put it. Like, they're not going to tell another guy anything. They're not going to.
Well, hey,
they're going to tell you what's acceptable and what they like feel that they can, but like really just to get like under all those layers of like really what they're not going to be able to tell another man that.
Okay, so here's the thing. Let me kind of sum up what everybody's been talking about. They're talking about like, and this is what like I kind of looked at it as, right? As like just opening up to your girl or whoever you're fucking with, telling them your secrets, telling them your weakness, telling them your vulnerability, right? But I mean, you kind of pointed out something else that I didn't even fucking dawn upon, right? So I mean, I'm gonna let you take the stage and kind of just give me your insight on what you kind of go through when this masculine vulnerability pops up.
Well, first and foremost, as human beings, not just men, but like until you explore your deepest, darkest, like inner sexual needs or wants or cravings, you will never truly know who you are as a human being.
That's true.
Society has put such a label on what is acceptable and what's right and what's not right, what men and women should do, that as a culture, as a society, that there's things that men want, also women, but a lot of men want, or that they have needs, or they dream about, or they fantasize about, that isn't allowed for them from society. So when they are often, very often, especially recently, have I found myself in a position of men as vulnerable as they could possibly be, putting all their cards on the table for me. Whoa. I guess maybe somewhere down the line they feel a comfortability about being able to express those needs or wants with me, but also does it, never, I mean, when they tell you they don't know if you're going to judge them or you're not going to judge them, and I never have, so I guess with that, they it allows them to at least get it off of their chest. Maybe sometimes, but they not all experience it or go about actually doing anything about it, but they will definitely, at least being able to open up and talk to somebody, it allows them a chance to not be judged and, figure out who they really are or what they really want.
So basically, if and I just want to make sure we're going in the right direction now. So basically, when dudes are vulnerable to open up to tell you like things they want to do sexually because it might be taboo to like society. Is that correct?
Yes, definitely.
All right, so like so dudes, if you're out there, I'm gonna tell you this right now. If you're out there right now and you want to do something sexually with your significant other, and you're scared to do it, hey, you're gonna have to take that leap and do it. So if you want, your chick to put ice in your butt, hey, tell her, be vulnerable, I guess. You know what I mean? So
until they've reached that or they do that, you'll never know. Like, you never know you until you've reached all avenues of you. And being a sexual being is definitely one of the avenues. That is very important, especially with men, because they're motivated. Like, the upcoming in your the beginning of your livelihood was about you guys are driven sexually driven often.
Yeah, for sure. So you can agree with the fact that being vulnerable and exposing that kind of builds trust in a relationship.
It builds trust. It builds a foundation. It builds, that being vulnerable doesn't always leave you open and vulnerable. Now, once you're vulnerable, you've gotten past the vulnerable part, and you can move on and continue to grow.
Yeah. So here's the thing. So, dudes, just even let's not even talk about sexual stuff right now. Just in this instance, dudes, we are scared to open up to females because we know when shit hits the fan, that females can use whatever weakness or whatever we said during pillow talk against us, right?
That's where I come in.
Okay, explain that.
For me, it's they're open with me. They can tell me because they know I'm not going to be throwing anything in. There's no talking. You know what I mean? They get it out with me. They kind of get to leave it there or take it with them. However, that's where they turn to people in my industry. That's why they turn to females who are, that's where we come in at.
Okay. So have you heard of stories where dudes they open up to you and then they're relieved that they did, and they kind of tell you horror stories about their girlfriends or ex-girlfriends, fucking doing them dirty after they have broken up or anything like that?
I've heard stories from not just not so much relationship. I've heard relationship stuff. That's a given. Yeah, I've heard 1,000 relationship stories. But I've heard some pretty stuff that they can't tell their friends ever.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so tell me this: would you give advice to a dude to? Oh, is it smart for a dude to open up to his girlfriend? And if so, how long? I know this is kind of subjective, but how long? Do you have a time period of when it's okay to open up to somebody?
It's not okay to open up to just any girlfriend. It depends on where she is sexually in her life.
Okay.
Because the majority of them may not be there yet, so they're not going to understand what you're saying to them. It's speaking apple to oranges, you know what I mean? So you have to make sure that whoever you do approach or do present, whatever your vulnerability is, that you put it in front of the right person, because the wrong person will use it against you, and then you'll never want to open it back up again. And if you don't ever get a chance to open it back up again, then you
will end
never
up cheating.
Really figure out you.
You probably end up cheating and creeping to find somebody.
Yes, you do.
Yeah. All right.
So, not even so much physically, at least mentally,
And sometimes that's even worse, man, that mentally
yes.
cheating. God damn. Yo, so tell me this. What advice would you give a dude to how to, what are some signs, or are there any signs to know if your girlfriend is the right chick to open up sexually to, to make you feel vulnerable? Okay, let's say this. Let's say that I'm into okay, fuck it. I'm into feet, right?
Okay.
And let's say that I am not who I am, because I straight up will say whatever, you know what I mean? But let's say I'm not. What advice would you give to me whenever I have a girlfriend, how can I break the ice about the shit that I'm into? Or how do I know if she's the right person?
I would start off by throwing innuendos and suggestive concepts out there or whatever, you know what I mean? Maybe mention it, for instance, say for the feet thing, I would I don't know, I would start with like shoes or other people who have fetishes. Maybe present another fetish to them and see what their outlook is on that fetish, before you open up your fetish, you know what I mean? You would know by her response if she was put off by it or disgusted or whatever. You might not want to tell her that. You might want to hold out for the next girl or, you know what I mean, and or some other partner, you start with baby steps, like everything else you do in life. Start, test the waters, see if the waters are warm. If they're acceptable to it, like just slowly gradually enter the conversation. That way you could get it like off your chest.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I usually, like, if I'm meeting a chick or whatnot, if we're talking via text, I usually ask her what she's not into. Not what she's into, but I usually say what she's not into because, I mean...
Yeah, but that doesn't really give you, like... That's so in general. That's like a general concept that when you're asking them, they're not thinking, do I like my man to dress up in women's clothing or not? Like, they're not thinking that. Like, you know what I mean?
That's true. That's true, but if in any case, that is an icebreaker to branch off and talk about other shit, because they might bring up something that I'm just like, yo, like, I've never heard of that. Tell me more about that shit,
Right. Definitely.
But for some reason, like, people like to open up and talk to me, and a lot of people don't have, I guess that skill. Yeah.
Yes, they really don't. They really, really don't. So, and even at home, you could be with somebody 20 years and still have never got to reach your sexual, you haven't even got to address your sexual fantasies, which is so sad,
Yeah, it fucking, like, I think I achieved all my sexual fantasies. Now I'm just, to be honest with you, I'm kind of waiting for sex bots. Like, I want to try that shit out, but I'm going to wait a couple of more years before, like, when they really got that shit going. So, tell me this. Since, do a lot of dudes tell you that they've opened up to their wife or girlfriend or whoever, and their significant other kind of resents them for it? And it doesn't even have to be sexual. It could be like emotionally. Like they opened up emotionally, and now their significant other looks at them differently. Hello? Hello? Did we lose? Hello?
Are you there?
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay.
Oh shit! I thought I lost you.
I know I got muted you for a second. That's where the relationship turns it more into like a business arrangement, and that they uninvest themselves emotionally. Because when you shut that down, like you shut down that door, and in order to be in a successful actual relationship, you have to be able to be trustworthy. You have to be able to be sexual. You have to be able to be friends, partners, business. You know what I mean? So if you take the sex out of it, the basics, the foundation now is mostly like a business agreement, which so many people out here stay in relationships for long terms due to business. Like it's, it makes money. The money part of it, they don't want to separate. They don't want to go their ways. Children, whatever. They're still like, the investment is a financial investment.
Well, I mean, that's how I kind of look at marriage. It's more of a business because if that shit fucks up for a man, you are fucked. You better, hopefully you got some goddamn money in the Cayman Islands that can't be tracked because your ass is grass. That's how I look at it, though. That's why I'm never going to get married. But that's just me.
Right.
But if you're out there and you want to get married and everything, do what you do. Don't be like me. I'm a dude that's into foot fetishes and shit like that.
We all have something.
Now tell me this. And I don't hopefully this isn't dry snitching or anything like that. Or you could like tell a story that somebody else told you. But what are some of the craziest shit that like dudes were into that like approached you with? If you could talk about that shit.
Ooh, how X-rated can we get?
Listen, we can listen. I talked about having sex with a sock, so we can pretty much talk about anything.
I've seen some pretty extreme stuff. Especially lately in my men who dress up as females that like to be tied up.
Okay.
But, you know what I mean? Like, and they've been completely under the concept that they're kind of like they're straight. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
but I don't know. Like, there's some pretty extreme stuff.
Oh shit! I mean, goddamn! People are people are people, man. We're strange beings, man.
Very much so.
Yeah. So here's the thing.
And you would be surprised at the men that have the craziest, weirdest sexual hangups. The majority of them have money, a lot of money, like a lot of money.
Man, why do you think that is? Do you think
I
that?
think because they've had everything sexually just already thrown onto them, offered onto the table, because they've had money. So, like, the sex part wasn't, and, the girl, like, everything, the average fetish would be okay. So, like, to them, that's, like, something that they can't reach, It's like, they're the weird ones. They're the ones that want you to piss on them and shit on them.
Shit.
And, like, it's crazy.
Yo.
The more money they have, the weirder they usually are sexually.
Yo, like, sometimes I want to do, like, weird shit with women so I can, like, brag to, like, my friends and shit. Like, yo, she did this shit with, like, pineapples and goddamn grapefruits or whatnot. But I just do that shit. I do that shit for bragging rights. I don't know. I'm not rich or anything. So, ladies, if you out there listening, I ain't got no goddamn money. No. Don't holler at me like that. Don't holler at me like that. Yo, so, what... We're gonna kind of switch the subject, and I want to talk to you about a previous podcast subject that I had before, and it was relationships and social media, right? Like,
okay.
The social media in your eyes, does social media help or hurt a relationship?
Actually, I don't feel like honestly, if you have a real relationship, it shouldn't affect it. Period.
Okay.
I mean, there should be nothing written on Facebook that you don't live day to day, face to face with this person that should affect what the situation actually is.
Okay.
So personally, I feel like you're probably in the wrong relationship if Facebook or Instagram or whatever, Snapchat has modified or changed your relationship in any way, shape, or form.
Man, you know what? I think that happens a lot. I think that happens a lot now. I think that, like, people started treating relationships like almost like a show and tell, like,
yeah. They just want somebody so bad that they're willing to accept whatever, like, they're willing to go against all their boundaries or all their levels, just to have somebody with them or present with them because they're not okay with themselves. Like, that's, it's self-reflecting. And I don't think you have any right to be in a relationship when you don't even really have a plate to bring to the table. You just have pieces of your plate, So it's a time and place for everything, and a relationship is definitely, like, something that's going to be affected. I mean, I don't know. I see so many broken people in broken relationships trying to figure out why their relationship is broken. But you're broken, you haven't fixed you yet. So until you fix you, it's okay to be by yourself.
Okay, so you mentioned broken people in relationships, right? So tell me this, like, are broken people easily exposed? Like, can you see through, like, the smoke and mirrors when people post up shit and like, yo, shit is not all champagne showers in their relationship?
Can I see that? Yes. Because first off, if you're posting or bragging or boasting, however you want to put it, or posting, however it may be, you're only doing that for a validation, not because it's actually valid.
No, that's very logical, and I agree 100% with that. I think, like, whenever you, like you said, when you boast, like, when you boast a little bit too much, it's just like, no. And I can easily say that because I've been there. I've been in, like, a relationship that's already went down the drain, but, like, I post up a couple of shit just, to just make I want to make the situation better. But posting up shit is not going to do that.
Right.
Yeah. So with that, I'm going to tie it back into, like, the being vulnerable. Like, these broken people on the internet, right? That's posting up shit. Like, that's probably adding pressure on, yo, I got to be like this so-and-so and this and that, right? So do you feel like sometimes females put dudes in a compromising position to try to be better than so-and-so's boyfriend? Like, almost a comparison?
Yes, there's definitely keeping up with the Joneses issues with any American, like, in society. That's a given. Like, there's nothing we can ever do not to be able to want to keep up with the Joneses. So that's, yes, for sure. But when it comes to relationships, every individual, every female, every male has to figure out what they want, what they don't want. You have to be able to give boundaries of, like, this is what I want, this is what I don't want. Whatever it is, the way you speak to them, what you want to eat, how you want it in bed, how you want to dress, how you want your clothes to smell, whatever it may be in your relationship, you have to be able to put all those out there. Until you actually know those things, like, you can't expect somebody else to know those too. And just because somebody else has used this game doesn't mean Tide isn't okay.
Okay. Yeah. Tell me this. How do you feel, or have you ever had a man cry in front of you, and how did that make you feel?
I've had a lot of men cry in front of me often, and I think it just makes them a human being. Like, I didn't feel any certain way. I felt like they were being genuine, and it was clearly something that they probably needed to get off their chest.
So you didn't.
They're willing to keep shit, and they realize that they're fixing to, like, miss out on you, and so they turn on the waterworks so they can, like, try to protect or save their ass from everything about the works.
Wow. You know what? I cried in front of a girl that I was dating one time, just because, like, I just wanted, like, I don't know. I don't know why I did, because I wasn't even in a crying mood. By the way, I can cry on cue. Like, if people who really know me, I could cry on cue. But I cried in front of her and shit, and I did get some pussy out of it, but, like, she was fucking crazy and shit, and it is what it is. So, like, you don't, because here's my thing. I feel like when you do cry, when a man cries in front of his girl, she is most likely going to look less of him now. Like, he's not like a man anymore.
She is the right girl for you. She should never feel like that, period.
Okay.
So, I mean, she should be like, oh, wow, at least he, like, actually kept it real with me. But instead, society has to make it implies that they're weak, or they're weak-minded, or something's wrong with them because they cried and they're men. That's not true.
Yeah, and I discussed this with a lot of dudes that I interviewed about this, and I mean, we remember, like, growing up, and, like, as a little boy, we only had two emotions, and that's being happy or being mad. Like, there was no sad, and there was no crying and shit like that. You got to toughen up, and you got to do what you got to do. Which, I mean, it is what it is, but at the same time, it's like, we're growing, like, when we're boys, we're told to either be happy or mad, right? But then when we grow up and be in a relationship, like, females want to, like, see more emotions, but we're just like, yo, we've been groomed our whole life to, you know, get shit done and not complain and not cry and shit, but now you want us to do it. You know what I mean? So that really kind of makes a lot of people uncomfortable, and it makes people vulnerable, and it's almost a weakness, you know? And then on top of that, you can comment on this, like, I also feel like once you expose your weakness to a female, like, she can use that subconsciously or consciously to manipulate any kind of situation in her favor.
Yes, I mean, a lot of people do that, not just females, and not just, but yes, it is done more so directed towards men. The fact that you have secrets, or you have any given, for instance, let's just put it out there, for instance. Let me give you a situation. Say a male that's maybe border, like, on the line of bi or something like that. Say he gets taken advantage of, or he does try it with another male, right? Yeah. Society's going to make him hold that secret in forever. Now, the person who knows that secret has a lot of power over that person.
Yeah, true.
So, I mean, that's a situation that's the same exact situation, but it's male and male. It's not male and female. So, I mean, that happens in life in general. But yes, very much so. Very much. I mean, it's sad that people still take others' weaknesses or their vulnerabilities and use them against them. That's just bad juju, and it's going to come back and spank them.
No, I feel that. That is true. That is true. And I try to tell people, be straight up. Like, if you're like, if you want to put your business out there, then do so. But, like, if you're gay, bisexual, or whatever, like, just be open about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because maybe some
the whole
people.
down low lifestyle is so real, especially more in some of these bigger cities. But it is so real. Like it is so real.
Oh yeah, trust me. Like I went to Atlanta like a while ago, and like I was in a mall and I was getting hit on by dudes, and I was just like, yo, like I don't even put out those vibes. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Just crazy. Shit is fucking crazy. That's why I just stay to myself and shit. Like I don't fucking trust nobody really, and that's just how I roll or whatnot. So, man, we covered a lot. We covered a lot. We did, and I'm glad. I'm glad that we can finish it up with a female perspective that actually, knows, what men think and what men want in general. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So, with that said, do you want to give any last words, any last advice, or anything like that before I wrap up the show?
Love yourself. And all the fucked upness in you, love that too. Own it. Let it be yours. You know what I mean? Like, nobody has a right to tell you that that's not okay. You whatever you feel, whatever needs to, just be you. Love yourself. Not just love yourself like what society thinks of yourself. Love all the dark secrets about yourself too.
Well, there you go. What I gotta say is what I normally say anyway. Well, let me think. Do I have any compelling words to say? Just work on yourself every fucking day. Try to become a better version of your yesterday self.
Definitely.
Do what you do, and I'm cool with it as long as you're not hurting or taking advantage of anyone, And like if you're out there doing shit that is in society eyes shameful or whatnot, just own it. You know what I mean? Just own it. But hopefully you ain't out there fucking up and doing some dumb shit. But anyways, I'm gonna end this podcast like I normally end it by saying, teach people how to treat you. Sometimes you have to reteach people how to treat you. This is the last episode of Masculine Vulnerability. This is more of the sexual side to it. We had an awesome conversation with Sabrina, and we are out. Peace.
Bye, guys.